Hey guys, it's Delise with Bardel, and I am here with my dear friend Scott. And Scott and I have known each other since Scott was a baby.
Yes,
Just
I was
about.
a baby.
I mean, he was. I remember watching you and the potential, and then, I mean, you took over the grooming industry for a while.
I tried.
Well, you did a grand job of it. And how lucky we are that Scott has continued to teach even after you competed. How long did you compete, Scott?
I competed solidly for 4 years.
Yeah. And mainly in Terriers?
Terriers and sporting are my specialties.
Yeah. And your favorite breed, of course, is?
Kerry Blues. Love my Kerry Blues.
But you now have a what? What do you have?
American Cocker Spaniel.
Oh my gosh. Well, who's the pink head?
Oh, and Walter, the Dandy Dinmont.
I was fixing to say, that is not a Cocker Spaniel. I don't know my breeds real good, but I didn't, But Scott speaks all over the country, and he has always been a person who shared his wealth and knowledge with groomers, of which you guys always talk about how important it is to continue your education. All right, Scott, you're going to talk. We're at a show now, as a matter of fact. We're at Groomsouth. And he's got a seminar coming up in a little bit. He's already done one yesterday.
Yes, ma'am.
But today you're going to talk about stripping and carding in the shop. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Tell me, and yes, ma'am. He's calling me ma'am. I'm going to tell you what, I'm feeling older by the minute. Yes, dear. No, but anyhow, tell me why you think that's so important.
Carding and hand stripping is very important. Even if you don't do a full hand strip on like the wire dogs, it's actually better for their skin and coat. Mainly the skin, because it opens up the follicles, helps with skin issues, and it's also basically when you do de-shedding, that is what you're doing, is carding. And so removing that dead coat, allowing the skin to breathe, and promoting healthy skin.
Because just blowing it out is not going to take all that coat out, dead coat out.
No. And with dogs like schnauzers, when you see like schnauzer bumps, we're typically actually causing them because we just clip the dogs off. We don't remove any of the undercoat, and it can clog the follicle, cause a follicular occlusion, and then which is what schnauzer bumps are.
So what a lot of people think are an allergy that their schnauzer or whatever has is not at all that. It's,
correct.
It's
just
we're
poor handling of the skin and coat.
Yeah. So you are doing this same seminar. You're doing it this weekend, and so it's not time for them to get here to see this. But you're also going to do this at Pam's show? I'm
doing it at Pam's show in the U.S. Pet Pro Classic in Dallas.
When is that? Do you know the dates?
It's the first weekend in November.
Oh, perfect.
And I'm actually will be doing it also, just remembered, the first weekend in December in Puerto Rico.
Oh, look. Okay, guys, for everybody who's there in Puerto Rico, how grand will that be to be able to see the master himself and him to teach you how to do this? You don't have any videos or anything out that are any of this, do you?
Not
yet. Okay, so maybe that's a little thing, a little plug.
I do have a blog at MrTerrier.com, which is a little 3-section blog on the basics of hand stripping and carding.
Because, I'm going to tell you, and of course, I'm old school. I groomed 100 years ago, when we did it with chisels and,
On the yard.
Exactly, that's exactly right. And we didn't do a lot of stripping. We did not do a lot of carding back then. And we saw the dogs with all the allergies, or what we thought at the time was allergies. Mm-hmm. And let me ask this. So let's say we've got a dog coming in. How often do we need them to come in to be able to card, to strip, to do?
For stripping, if they're just doing a general pet stripping, I like to get them in a few weeks apart for a little while, and then get like layers built up. And then generally for pet stripping maintenance, about once a month.
Once a month, yeah.
Yes.
So that's a really good thing. And tell me this, as a time-wise, let's just say a Scotty. Mm-hmm. Tell me how much time I'm going to spend in that approximately.
If you're doing like just carding, because I also recommend even your clipper terriers that you want to card out before the bath and before they're clippered. To again, remove that excess undercoat. Okay. That only needs to be like 3 to 5 minutes of carding and stripping.
All right. See, that's not much time, guys.
No.
And
you're
promoting.
Yeah. Improving the skin and helping the skin a lot.
Right. Okay.
For the pet hand strip, it really depends on how fast you are. I'm a very fast hand stripper, and so it may only, for a Scotty back, it may only take me like 30 to 45 minutes.
Gotcha. And of course, when you're pricing all of that, guys, we've talked about this before. You're pricing your time and how important your time is, and so you put that all in. But the other thing that I think is so important about this is that educating our customers that this is what we need to be doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's really is that my business is basically my tagline for my business is for the health of your pet.
There you go.
I will not do schnauzers with 10 blade backs because it destroys their skin.
Right.
All of them get carded, and I have no problem telling a client, no, ma'am, I'm sorry, I will not do your schnauzer back with the 10.
But most of your clients love their pets, or they wouldn't be bringing them in to see you
Right.
anyway. And once you educate them,
Education is key
exactly,
for everything.
Exactly. And once you educate them and they know that this is better for their dog, not to mention they're going to look better,
Right.
the coloring's going to be better and everything else, then usually they're game to do that.
And for the carding of the clippered coats, my clients don't even know that I do it. It's part of the groom. To me, it's part of brushing and dematting and everything else. So like I said, 3 to 5 minutes of carding on the clippered dog, whether it's a wire coat. I do the same thing on my spaniels.
Yeah.
With the spaniels, I actually use like a fine Coat King type rake, wet in the tub, to pull that dead coat, that dead undercoat out, because they can get the same glandular occlusions as the terriers.
Yeah. Guys, you just got a wealth of information from somebody that I have admired ever since he was tiny coming up. And
I've never been tiny.
well, not that kind of tiny, but younger. When he was younger, him and I used to cut up a good bit too. I remember
we still do.
We do, and at one time I think he was even my judge for a class that I did on. Back then they were model dogs, let's say.
Yes.
Okay.
It was something.
It was something, but we've always had a good time together. And again, I've always admired you. I've always admired your work, and I've always admired that you're so willing to share with everybody.
Thank you.
That's what's so important. So, guys, if you're ever anywhere and you're seeing this guy and he is given a lecture or any type of educational, you want to go, you want to sign up, you want to be sure that you are in that class, because he's going to give you a wealth of information, and we're going to kind of look out and see if maybe you have a video, and then visit his blog. Tell me again what that was one more time.
MrTerrier.com.
MrTerrier.com. All right, guys, everybody have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye now.